Hello again, everybody. My name is Zane, and welcome back to episode, I'm gonna get it right this time, guys, 16 of the Terraria melee mode, Calamity, death mode playthrough. Butched that one a little bit, but in the last episode, we went back and no, that was the previous episode. In the last episode, what we did is we did Profane Guardians as well as Providence. Off camera, I did Dragon Folly. We failed it in the last episode. I went back and did it because it's a rather boring fight to watch, so I figured I'd just do it now. In this episode, we're going to make some serious progression. I'm going to try to get through all three of the Rune of Cost bosses, so Ceasless, Void, Stormweaver, and Signus, and Polterghast. Those are the four we're going to try to do today. So because that's probably going to take a bit, let's get right into it. The first one is the Ceaseless Void, and this is probably the easiest of the three. It makes sense why it's first. I think this boss is incredibly easy. I made an arena in the dungeon, as well as a little cleared out area in the underworld, and a little platform here in the sky, just so I can fight the three bosses. The first one has to be fought in the dungeon, so that's what we'll do. We will go ahead and start him up. Let me just clear out that guy, and I think we're going to use the Tyrant's Ultra Sword. So here we go. We got the Ceaseless Void. Now, no, he was in the death animation. We just had to dodge more. That's okay. That's okay. That was a fun boss fight. I was a little overconfident because I didn't realize the changes, but now we can make Terragon armor. Is it 2 R's? Yeah. So Terragon leggings, Terragon breastplate, and the melee helmet, which is this one. And you'll see our defense go from 181 to 205. That's quite the increase. All my accessories are warding except for my Seraph's Tracers. So let me go get those warding really quick. There we go. And I believe everything else is warding. Yep. So let's go try that fight again. All right. Let's get straight into it. This isn't doing nearly as much damage. Maybe this will do some good amount of damage. Homing isn't that big a deal in this early at these stages here, this phase, because there's so many of them and they're all spread out. You can kind of just use a sword like this and just get damage on all of them. So this seems like it's doing pretty well. I think this is actually doing better. I think that does better for that phase. Oops, I didn't want to get hit by that. I just remembered I had run up Discord. I need to keep that in mind. Going pretty good. Going better than last time, I believe. Even if we get hit, we're taking a lot less damage than we were before. Before we were taking like 45, 50. I think now we're taking like 30. Yeah, I think that's about 38 there. The Galactus Blade is doing really well on this these phases. Dang it, we have one more phase of this to do. We have Potion, we'll pop it now. If this one is this difficult in death mode, then I wonder what Signus and Stormweaver are going to be like. I'm not talking much during these fights because I think these fights are cool to watch. So I kind of just want to let you guys watch it without me talking over it. And the music's really good, so. Here we go. Ceasless Void has been defeated. This drops Dark Matter, or Dark Plasma. We also got a Mirror Blade. It doesn't home. It's really fast, though. This might be good, actually, against Polterghast. Summon damage, which looks really cool. Supreme Healing Pots, Dark Plasma. Wow, he drops very little Dark Plasma. Okay. I'm actually going to keep this on us. I'm gonna replace the I'm not gonna replace anything. I think I'm actually just gonna put it here instead of these recall potions, and we'll keep the recall potions down one slot. Or we'll get rid of the platforms. We don't really need them on us this late into the game. Let's get legendary on it. Let's get rid of these platforms, and let's keep speedrunning these bosses. Next one would be Signus. Oh no, it'd be Storm Reaver. This one's really easy as well. I think the Morning Star is going to be really good for this boss because of it being a worm boss, so it will like hit all the segments at once. Pretty much with this boss, this is the boss I was thinking about when we did Astrum Dias. I thought this was the boss. This guy, you break, like you kill the tail, and then you can actually kill him. Wow, wait, that boss is a lot harder than I remember. Okay. I don't remember him being that hard. All right, let's try this for a third time now. I don't know if I'll cut out the... I'll probably cut out all the fights that I lose, just so you don't have to watch me fail over and over. Okay, I remember how I did it last time. You have to get Adrenaline and Rage, and then as soon as he transforms where you can hit him, you use the Stellar Contempt, which I just crafted, and you just shred him. I was doing like 300,000 DPS. So that fight becomes a lot easier when you remember that. Alrighty, so 2 of the 3 bosses are done. We got Armored Shells out of the bag, and a ranged weapon, a Storm Dragon. It's like a repeater. Now, the last boss we got with the Rune of Cause is the Signus, or Signus. I always forget. Signus. This one shouldn't be too bad. I forgot how good this weapon actually was. I don't know why I didn't craft it sooner. It's really good for worm bosses. This would have been good for Astrum Dias as well. That got insanely close. I ran out of arena and I couldn't circle back because I didn't have enough height or enough room above me. That got really close. We got a cool summon weapon. I don't know from what. More summon weapons. Stealth. Oh, rogue thing. Okay. All 3 of the Rune of Cost bosses are dead. I don't believe there's any upgrades we can actually make with just this stuff. So we'll just go straight over and do Polterghast now. All right, here we are at our dungeon arena, and let's just quickly summon her up. I think this is going to be our best weapon by a long shot, this true Tyrant's Ulta Sword. Just because the homing and because the little projectiles remind me of the Death Sickle, they like linger a bit, and they do a lot of DPS when they stick to targets like this, like bosses like this. Polterghast, pretty easy boss fight. I'm gonna, again with the last few boss fights, and I'm gonna start doing this in every video. I'm not going to talk during the boss fights, so you guys can watch and get the full experience out of it. Guys, I don't even want to talk about how many tries this took. If you get rid of one of these graves, right? What? Okay, dude. If you get rid of one of those tombstones, you'll see how many tries it took. Because one of those tombstones was from Ceasless Void. All the other ones were from Polterghast. I have never, ever had a struggle with Polterghast. I don't know if it's death mode. I won't even lie. I took off death mode and tried it just in Revengeance, and I even still failed then. So if you get rid of one of these gravestones, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tries. It took me over an hour of recording to get that. I don't know why it took me so long. Like I said, I've never had a trouble with Polterghast prior to this, but I'm just happy it's over. And yes, we did it in death mode. I took off Revengeance for a bit, still didn't get it, so I was like, if we're gonna do it, might as well do it in you know, death mode. Wow, was that hard. This weapon did a lot of damage. I had trouble with the second phase once it becomes 2 and they start dashing at you. I had trouble dodging the dashes at first, and then I found a rhythm. Of course, we didn't get the melee weapon, which I am going to try to get. But the last thing I'm going to do in this episode before we end is go to the Abyss and get a new weapon. So I'll meet you over in the Abyss. So in the deeper parts of the Abyss, enemies now start dropping new weapons. The main one we're going for is the Soul Edge. We'll come down here and try to get an enemy or two to spawn. The Soul Edge is the one we are looking for, like I said. So let's try to kill some enemies until we get that. So, killed some Reaper Sharks, some Eidolon Worms, and some Colossal Squids. And we got some cool stuff. That's like a boomerang, but this is what we were looking for, the Soul Edge. Let's go ahead and drop the rest of the stuff into here. This is such a good weapon. It's gonna... I'm gonna get rid of... I don't know why I kept the Banshee Hook on me. I'm not a huge fan of this weapon. I never have been. It's okay against DOG, and I might bring it back for Devour. But for now, let's go ahead and reforge this to Legendary. And this is cool. It shoots these things. They're really fast. They home really well. But with those 4 bosses out of the way, that's going to be it for this episode. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. All right, guys. Peace.